views expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other advertisers. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
Hi, welcome. This is Dr. John DeMartini. This is one of the most amazing and inspiring shows that you can listen into. If you want to be on the edge of your seats, if you want to open up your heart, if you want to expand your mind, and you want to meet incredible people, stay tuned because you're just about to experience a transformative radio show that will change your life. And you're listening to the Dr. Pat Show that's coming up right next.
Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. Talk radio to thrive by. Powerful, inspiring, and coming to you live, bringing you stories of people like you and me, busting through and living life full out. Get ready to dare to wonder what your life would be like if you knew you could not fail.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. Welcome back for all of you that have been chatting with us and hanging in there for the past hour. We've got a great, as I said before, this is one of the most amazing days in my life of talk radio. And it is, I love what we do, and I love how this happens. You know, thank you to the team that is behind the Dr. Pat Show and Transformation Talk Radio. Thanks to Linda, for Jessica, Kim, Moon, everybody, Andy out there that is part of, you know, what we have committed to bring to you each and every day. As I said in the last hour, we've got more juiciness planned. We will be adding an additional hour to all of you on the mighty KKNW and Transformation Talk Radio. We'll let you know exactly when that is. And bringing you the best of the best. Today is one of those shows. I'm so thrilled to introduce you to my co-host today, Leslie Fonteyne. Now, we're talking about divine abundance today, but you're going to hear many, many things that Leslie is going to be sharing with you over the next several months. It's going to be one of these experiences that will help you step in to the life that you are truly meant to live. Leslie Fonteyne is a transformational catalyst. She uses her intuitive and energetic gifts to catapult all of us into living the life we were born to manifest, whether it's from shifting from scarcity to abundance, from emotional pain into joy, or from illness into health. And guess what? I've been on that rodeo for a while. So today we're going to invite everyone out there to join Leslie as she invites an unbeatable team of ascended masters, archangels, into the conversation, partnering with all of you once we open up those phone lines for your higher self and source energy. Why? To shift the blocks that prevent you from stepping into love, abundance, joy, and pretty much anything else. So today, you're going to experience how she clairvoyantly works with your energy field and ignites the fire within you to step into all that you are. What's the result? Sheer alchemy, deep inner transformation. And guess what? None of us are going to be the same. So Leslie speaks all over the country. She conducts individual workshops, energetic transformation sessions with clients. And what is the result of that? Pure clarity, energetic abundance shifts, and much more. Today you're going to get to meet her. We're going to talk about some very, very cool things. We are taking your call. So I just want to say for those of you out there that want to experience this connection with that higher source, with that higher self, through the amazing gift that Leslie Fonteyne brings, we have a call-in number today. If you want to get in the queue, which I know you're going to want to, 1-800-930-2819, 1-800-930-2819. Leslie, welcome to the show. It's great to have you here.
I'm delighted to be here, Pat. So glad to be on the air.
This is so cool. Yay. Yay.
Very yay.
I'm having like a happy party right over here. The show today is called Divine Abundance. That's what it's called. And I think we should start out with a conversation about what abundance is and perhaps what it's not. So let's talk about that, if you would, from your point of view.
We all come into this life with gifts, talents, passions, joys, and they're all on purpose. We don't live someone else's life. We come in with the purpose of living our own. And the gifts that are available to us from light beings, ascended masters, archangels, source, are all there to support who we are, not who we aren't. So often we get a little damaged through life, and I'm sure everyone's had that experience. We come through a school system, we go through our families, we live in our culture, and probably by a pretty young age, we've learned everything that we're not. We've learned to modify our expectations. We've learned to reduce down our lives to something that's manageable, but really has no joy. So divine abundance is that thing that we want to create in ourselves that gives us that joy, that pumps us up, that says, hey, today's the day worth living. This moment, right now, what can I be? What can I step into?
You know, one of the things that I'm really, really struck by is the longing. You know, someone said, Pat, really? You're going to talk about the longing again? Actually, I'm going to talk about the hunger. You know, there was a movie out called The Hunger, so I relate to it. And, you know, I don't know what it is, but I know that, you know, for me, as I've gone through my life, I've been hungry for certain things. So, for example, you know, in the corporate world, that hunger for that next job, right? I don't even want to call it an obsession because it didn't become an obsession until later on in my corporate life. But, you know, that hunger to be that next best, and then after that, the next best, and then after that, the next best. So part of my own journey was dazed and confused. I know there was a movie. So what is it that happens to us, Leslie? Why do we get confused? Why do we seem lost? You know, why was it I'm wandering around most of my life saying, is this all there is?
That's true. That's true. And it's the case for a lot of us. But we come in learning what our values are. We're told what our values are. We're told what's important to us, whether it resonates with us or not. So the fact that you've been brought into America where the corporate world is meaningful, whether you care about it or not, you're pretty much told that you need to have some drive, you need to have an ambition, and these things are coming maybe from a place that connects with you or maybe not. For example, you can look at a Warren Buffett, and he clearly has an abundance span that's 100 miles wide. He steps in knowingly to who he is and all that he is, and he brings that energy. Some of us are just not in the space that nurtures who we are. So we get very conflicted about what we value. We don't want to tell anyone that we're not thinking these things are as important as other people think they are, and we begin to hide. We begin to submerge, and we no longer live authentically.
You know, one of the things that I know we're going to touch upon today and talk with you about is really looking at, you know, what is that gets in the way? These blocks, these things that we talk about, you know, how we get ready to step out into the world. We're all pumped up. We're all fired up. And then all of a sudden, we just cannot put one foot in front of the other. And you know, honestly, until I started to do this show 10 years ago, Leslie, I mean, I actually didn't really even understand that it was a block. And so I want to talk for a little bit about what a block is, because we've come full circle now where we can use words like energy, like empowerment, and have it mean something. So I would like for you to talk to that a little bit.
Well, a block is something that gets in our way of something we truly desire. So a lot of times when I'm speaking, I ask people to envision something that puts this incredible smile on their face. There is a place. It may be pretty submerged, but there is something deep down when we think of it, when we feel it, we really get it. The very next thought often is, well, how's that going to happen? How am I going to do that? How's that going to show up? And we immediately shut ourselves down because we've learned that in this finite world, possibilities are greatly reduced. And so we shut it down and we go back to performing life as usual. So a block surfaces, and this is what I call the gift of the unpleasant, the gift of discouragement, the gift of discomfort. Because when you lock into this passion, which is a gift in and of itself, if you can even find it, good for you. Because so many people can't even remember what they loved. So you find this thing, and immediately this discomfort surfaces. This, I can't do it. How will that happen? Mom, Dad, the schools, everybody said I couldn't. These are the things that begin to surface. And what do we naturally want to do? I don't want to think about that. We shut it down ourselves. We don't even give it a chance to come to the light of day. So as we choose boldly to go where no man has gone before, right? Takes courage to step into a block. Takes courage to step into something that doesn't feel that great. And often I tell people, don't be afraid of what doesn't feel good. Don't worry about being negative. But this thing is surfacing a block. And you want to go into it and go, why have I allowed myself to think that my dream, my passion, my desire is not available to me? It's not something I can do. And as you dig and follow the string and go all the way back to the beginnings, and it could be this lifetime or another lifetime, you begin to find voices, beliefs, emotional traumas that discouraged you from ever stepping into it in the first place. That's a block.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, part of what we're going to talk about today, and we are taking calls, Renee, we're going to get to you in a minute, for folks out there, is to help folks understand a little bit more about this. But really, you know, Leslie, you're all about the clearing as well.
Correct.
I mean, you know, this is a show where we're not just going to talk about this, but talk about what some of the factors are. Things that I know that you talk about, shame-based energy. So, for example, shame. I mean, I've had that thing with me most of my life and didn't even know it was there. I mean, people said to me, oh, my gosh, how could you have shame all those years and not know it? Well, I'm going to leave that question for Leslie. Leslie Fonteyne, my co-host today. We're talking about divine abundance, taking your calls. Renee will get right to you, 1-800-930-2819. When we come back, Leslie, we'll talk a little bit about the shame game and also what can be done. What is clearing really about? And how many of you want to experience it on air today? Let's take a short break, everyone. We'll be right back with the Dr. Pat Show co-host here, Leslie Fonteyne. We've got so much for you today. It is so thrilling to have her join me here today. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with the show.
Tune in to Sheer Alchemy with Leslie Fonteyne on TransformationTalkRadio.com and get ready to stir up your passions, identify your blocks, and shift into an entirely new existence. Leslie Fonteyne is a transformation catalyst and clairvoyant who uses her intuitive and energetic gifts to catapult listeners into living the life they were born to live. Whether it's shifting from scarcity to abundance, from emotional pain into joy, or from illness into health, Leslie will help you step into the true essence and power of all that you are with the help of the Ascended Masters and Archangels. You will not be the same. Visit TransformationTalkRadio.com for show dates and times and LeslieFonteyne.com to say yes to explosive abundance.
Tune in to The Truth is Funny with Colette Steffen each Wednesday at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com. This hit show will have you thinking outside the box and riding the wave of infinite potential. Join Colette on the Higher Self Network, inspiring listeners to shine their brilliance and ensure success while roaring with laughter as they recognize the humor of the giant cosmic joke. Visit thetruthисfunny.com.
What if the world doesn't function the way we've been told? What if we truly can bend the laws of physical reality? What if we can end limitation? What if weird were the coolest thing you could be? And what if it's time for a totally different reality? Are you ready to create it? Are you ready to dream as big as you dare? Hi, my name is Dane here. 13 years ago, I started to truly ask questions. Actually, I started to be the question, and everything in my life changed for me. This is your invitation to step into something that Einstein, Marie Curie, Newton, Da Vinci, Shakespeare, Gandhi, Galileo, and Aristotle all knew to be true. It's not about the answer. It's about being the question, always. It's about truly being you, whatever that looks like, and changing this world. Is now the time? Start by signing up for a free video series at beingyouclass.com. That's beingyouclass.com. What if you are the gift and the change this world requires? beingyouclass.com.
Tune in to the Jen Royster Show, intuitive guidance to inspire your life, each Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific and 11 a.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com. This amazing show is an inspirational hour that will take you on an epic metaphysical journey to discover the spiritual approach to life's greatest challenges. Dr. Jen is an internationally known intuitive counselor, spiritual teacher, and energy healer. Call in for intuitive readings and visit jenroyster.com for more information.
Welcome back. Welcome back to the Dr. Pat Show. As I said, we are taking your calls. Why? Because if you're anything like me, you're going to want to speak with my co-host today, Leslie Fonteyne, about the things that may be getting in your way. Renee, we're going to get to you in a minute. Just hang on. Our toll-free number, if you want to get in the queue to work with Leslie today, 1-800-930-2819. Before the break, Leslie, I was talking about shame, but before we even get to that, I would love for you to take a moment and let folks know how they can find out more about you and about your work and your amazing gifts. Let's give them your website if we could.
Oh, absolutely. It's www.lesliefonteyne.com. That's Fonteyne. No, it's a strange spelling, but if you even Google me at Leslie Fawn, close enough. And I speak frequently at various expos around the country and various workshops, so you can look me up if I happen to be in your town.
Awesome. So I was talking about shame before the break, and I just want to touch upon this, and then we'll go to the phone, speak with Renee. I mentioned also during the break that shame for me has been a showstopper. As a matter of fact, I shared with you a little bit that it almost caused me to stop doing radio 10 years ago. Because I started to think about, what if they knew? What if they knew I was homeless at 17? What if they knew? What if they knew about my past? Besides being, a corporate executive and all that stuff, what if somebody found out? And then I went into this tailspin, so to speak, about, oh my gosh, and I started to think about everything in my life. And then I thought, do I have the right to be on radio? So I wanted you to talk about the shame-based energy that you help people move beyond.
Okay. Well, I'm going to bring up an example that a lot of us would relate to, because whether we see it in our own children or we remember it in ourselves, when we were extremely young, 3, 4 years old, 5 years old, we had a lot of joy. There was a lot of exploration, excitement. We would just have outbursts. We would speak freely. We would point at things and get excited at our observations. And then we began to learn that certain things we were doing were not acceptable to those around us. They weren't appropriate. And then we went to school, and we learned even more that certain things were not okay and not appropriate. When you find that out at an age after you've been super exposed and open, it's very hurtful. And so we begin to shut down those parts of us. And we learn in our culture that life is about what you look like on the outside. It's about what you're achieving on the outside. It's from the outside in instead of from the inside out. The problem is, no matter how you dress it up, shame is shame. We've all had the experience of walking into a room, and if someone is very cold and distant or unpleasant or critical, we feel it. The person doesn't have to say a word. We just feel that energy. And the same is the case with us. No matter how we dress it up, that energy is within us. So what we want to do is clear that kind of thing, go deep into it. So it's not a free pass. We don't just bypass it and say, okay, in general, let's clear shame. It's more going deep into it, surfacing it, forgiving it, understanding the voices and the energies behind it, and then letting it go.
This is really an important conversation because today's show topic is divine abundance. And I've never been successful being in a place of shame and living any aspect at all of abundance. And I think that's what's so important about today and the work that you do, Leslie. It's just going through this and being able to talk to folks in the way that you do so that we get it, we get ourselves, and then we can do something about it. We've got some folks waiting on the lines. What do you say we go to the phone?
That'd be fine.
Awesome. Benny, who do we have first?
Sure, we'll take Renee calling in from Issaquah. She had a question about health.
Hi, Renee. How are you? Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Doctor. I love your show. Hi, Leslie.
Hi.
Well, my question is, my health had been slowly deteriorating, and I was, pushing myself to excel and had a really positive attitude about life nonetheless. But all these health issues caught up with me, and now it's my hair, it's my skin, I can't sleep, my heart is weak, my lungs, and all of this, and it's all a mystery in terms of, going to naturopaths and doctors. So, and I've done a lot of this visualizing, and even when I'm laying there visualizing myself being powerful and healthy and in the world, it's all like it takes so much energy even to imagine it. My body's alarms are going off and going, oh, gosh, that's just way too much for me to handle. So how do I get around all of that and get to where I want to be?
Well, you're kind of on a hit-the-wall situation here, right?
Right, but my health has been critical for about 8 years now.
Right. But there's a lot of suppression going on in your field, and I'm just getting a lot in your solar plexus, also up in your high heart. So I don't know all that happened those several years ago, but there was a progressive shutdown and an internalizing of some events that happened for you. So while we can go externally and look for solutions as far as why the things on the external are falling apart, there's some things very deep within you about empowering yourself. And I'm not putting this in you like, why didn't you do this? Because that's not how I work. But there's some things that really pulled the rug out from under you. And I would just turn this around with you and say, all right, this moment's a gift right now to step into the full power of my essence. So what's going on in the solar plexus? So I'm pulling out, I'm just seeing some cords, I'm seeing some contracts, I'm seeing some things where you've made an agreement to be less than powerful in the moment. So I don't know if this makes sense to you, but there's some things. Can you tell me what all happened those several years ago?
Well, it did start in childhood, so that is an obvious place for me. And then I think from there, I continued to choose some relationships where I was giving a lot of love and wasn't getting it back. I think it almost made me feel safer because it wasn't as risky as actually trusting someone.
Right. So there's a lot of work that I could do, and Pat, I mean, this is the kind of thing that I do. It's just such a beautiful, compassionate work to go into. But there is a lot of releasing and clearing that we can do that will totally shift what's going on right now. But you are dead on that, I mean, even in your second, which is your security center, there are just agreements that we make. And I would love to help you through it. Pat, we'll talk about how we want to do some of this.
Yeah, what I'd like to do is, Renee, Leslie, why don't you give out the best way for Renee to schedule a session with you? Why don't you give out your information, Renee, and then you can follow up with Leslie directly. So let's go ahead and do that if we could, Leslie. What's the best way for...
Just write me at Leslie@lesliefontaine.com. That would be one way to do it. And I will definitely get in touch with you, and I'd be glad to work with you.
right?
Okay.
So it's Leslie at Leslie Fonteyne. It's Fonteyne.com. And so that would be the best way, Renee, so you can get some help on this, okay?
Okay, thank you.
I do want to say, Renee, that this is not a showstopper. You're in a really good place, as horrible as things look. And I would just love to write you about that and just share it with you.
Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Renee. For those of you out there, if you want to connect with Leslie, Sonny, just give us a minute, and we will get to you when we come back from break. Leslie Fonteyne, my co-host today. For those of you out there that want to find out more about her, go to her website, lesliefonteyne.com, and it's Leslie, Fonteyne. And if you do Google her, you'll find her out there just by typing in Leslie Fon. Bam, there you go. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to talk about this energy that continues to draw in the same. And here we are. We're like a little hamster on a little wheel, and we're going round and round, and we're saying, but I don't understand it, Leslie. I did my vision board. Why is this not working? And, Sonny, when we come back, we'll bring you right on with Leslie. Let's take a short break, everyone. Again, if you want to call into the show, 1-800-930-2819. 1-800-930-2819. We'll be right back with my very special co-host today, Leslie Fonteyne.
Psychic World, Wednesday, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern, with John G. Sutton, featuring his special guest, Countess Strella, one of Britain's most respected psychic mediums. John is an internationally published author, poet, and professional clairvoyant. His best-selling books include Psychic Pets, featured with John on the Walt Disney Channel, Animal Planet. Currently, John is the feature editor of the monthly Psychic World, which is the UK's Journal of Spiritualism. He has over 30 years of experience working in the field of paranormal studies. Countess Strella has an incredible ability to visualize your future in a positive, passionate way. This show offers all listeners the chance to call in and speak directly to John or the amazing Countess Strella. You can ask your personal questions about love, career, money, relationships, or whatever is troubling you in this often difficult life. What dreams may come? Join John G. Sutton and Countess Strella to discover your answer. See www.psychicworld.net.
Introducing a new hit show, Sheer Alchemy with Leslie Fonteyne on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Get ready to stir up your passions, remove your blocks, and shift into an entirely new existence. Gifted, shifted, and powerful is what this show is about. Tune in each month to Sheer Alchemy with Leslie Fonteyne. Visit TransformationTalkRadio.com for show dates and times, and LeslieFonteyne.com to say yes to explosive abundance.
Where do you desire to go in life? How do you plan to get there? Are you only looking outside yourself for the answers? What if you use your soul's wisdom to lead the way? So what is the soul, and how do you access its wisdom? Soul Suitcase with Victoria Cohen will unpack these questions and help you tap into and trust your own inner voice to solve everyday problems. Your Soul Suitcase is a treasure chest of wisdom inside you waiting to be discovered. Listen to Soul Suitcase on TransformationTalkRadio.com and discover how awakening to your inner voice transforms your life. Listen to the Yo Andrew News Talk Show every Tuesday night at 5 p.m. Pacific Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. More info where to listen? www.yoandrewnts.com/listen. Don't get your message lost in the mail. Email us with this address, yoandrew@yoandrewnts.com. How about tweet Yo Andrew at AndrewTweetGeo? Taking a picture is easy. Instagram us today at YoAndrewNTS.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. What a great show. Divine Abundance with Leslie Fonteyne joining me here today. You know, we're talking about many things, Leslie. We were talking about shame. And, Renee, thank you so much for calling in. Sonny, we're going to get right to you in a minute. But part of the conversation is about this energy that you referred to and how we continually draw in those same old energies of shame and blame and abuse and we sit there some days and say, why is this happening to me? And I wanted you to talk about that cycle for a minute, and then we'll go to the phones and speak with Sonny.
I often call this same energy, different outfit. And we all have the experience of attracting the same boss, the same partner, situations, and we look around and we go, what did I do? And it's this whole victim reaction sometimes, or from anger and frustration. Why does this keep happening to me? We have contracts and agreements in our field from this lifetime and many other lifetimes. When you are cycling the same energy again, and you're seeing yourself, for example, continually helping people, continually releasing your energy just willy-nilly, not taking care and nurturing and honoring your own spirit. There are reasons for that. We've made agreements. We also have beliefs that our value and our time are less than those of someone else. And so we have to examine that. Isn't it easier to focus on everyone else than on ourselves? Of course it is. And when we want to step into something for ourselves, we need to begin to do the work.
Mm-hmm. It's really interesting that, we're doing this show today about divine abundance, and we're talking about, what we'd like to attract differently, from a different place, a different energy. And that's really part of this. The work that you do is looking at those things that get in the way, but also helping people answer the question, yeah, I really do want something differently. I really do want that. Let's go to the phones. Let's see if we can help Sonny out here today. Mr. Benny.
Yep, Sonny's there. Go ahead.
Hi, Sonny. Welcome to the show. How can we help you today?
Hi, thank you so much. I'm a new listener to your program, and I love the positive message that you bring every day. Thank you.
You bet.
Yes. Well, so my question, I'm not terribly familiar with contracts, agreements, energetic clearing, but I'm at a new point, a new chapter in my life, embarking professionally, personally, definitely operating more from my essential self, not the social self that, I think many of my previous decisions based on fear and things like that. So everything you're saying really resonates. Given that I'm not terribly familiar with energetic clearing and some of the other things you're talking about, I'm curious if there's anything that I need to be aware of or that will be standing in my way to get to that next level with so much hope in the future that I'm feeling.
What a great question, Sonny. You are awesome. Yeah. You get the gold star for the day.
Thank you.
This is great. Okay. So you have begun the process. And I can tell you, when I began the process, I think I cried for 2 years because I was stunned.
I know that feeling.
I was stunned at how much negativity I had in me. I was stunned at how many blocks I had. I was stunned at how many agreements I operated in, whether they were at work, at home, with partners. I could predict everything. So when you are beginning this awesome journey that you are on, you are stepping in. When you step towards something, you're stepping away from something else. And you've already talked about stepping into your authenticity. The thing is, it's like peeling an onion. So you begin with one layer. You go deeper and deeper. And you go, well, God, I thought I already dealt with that. No, you didn't deal with it at the next level. So we have this successful experience at the first level, and then we go deeper. And that's what you're doing. I call it a personal archaeological dig, and you are stepping into it. So when you encounter an agreement with someone, for you, it's in your solar plexus. This is where you feel the pinch, and you notice, wow, I'm not coming from that place of authenticity within myself. So pay attention to it. You don't have to have a heart attack at that moment. You can just note it. And then later, note why you felt you had to operate within that agreement. What were the rules? And you're going to begin to surface all kinds of information about where this belief came from, childhood, past lifetimes. So what we want to do is remove contracts and agreements over multiple lifetimes that hold us at a lower energy vibration. When you shift to a higher vibration, you begin to draw in agreements and contracts that resonate in a much more positive way. Does that make sense?
Okay. It does, definitely.
So have you had that cycling experience?
Yes, definitely the solar plexus pinch. That's where I feel it when I know I'm not following my essential self.
Good. So listen to it.
I guess.
Listen to where you get your message.
And how do you identify the contracts and agreements through recognizing that pinch, the solar plexus pinch?
Well, typically in a field, so right now I'm reading your field. This is where you get it, and this is where I would start working with you, bringing in the masters and the archangels. We're going to start clearing out those contracts, and I go through your whole timeline to remove those and to bring you into present time. So that's what I do often in sessions. So there's a lot that's starting to want to come off of you out of your shoulder space and some other places. And again, feel free to call me if you want, a more thorough, in-depth session.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
That would be great.
I would love that.
Great. We'll give out some information.
Thank you so much.
Sonny. Oh, thank you. Thanks for calling in. Leslie, what's the best way for folks, what's the phone number for folks to call, the website, the email, to schedule time with you?
678-665-3366, Leslie at lesliefonteyne.com, and lesliefonteyne.com is the website.
And give out that phone number one more time.
678-665-3366.
Now, you mentioned the Ascended Masters and the Archangels. I would love for you to talk a little bit about that for folks, to find out a little bit more about how you work with them and what is able to emerge from that.
Ascended Masters and Archangels are incredible light beings that operate, one, at a very high level of resonance, at a very high level of vibration. So when I'm bringing them into my work and asking them to participate in a workshop or in a session, what they do automatically, and they come by invitation. I want to make a statement here, which is that we're kind of past being the, gee, I hope I get a visitation stage. We're in a place of intentional invitation. Ascended Masters, Archangels, your guides, the light beings, ministering spirits, your guardian angel, they all stand waiting for your invitation. They do not invade the way people might. Once you invite them and they come into your situation, your meditation, your class, immediately the energy level raises to a very high level. When they do work, it's permanent. It's complete. Often, people will get psychic readings. And they'll get one kind of energy or another. And it's okay to say, who are your guides? Because you can tell probably. Some have a very low resonance. Some may sound kind of cynical. Others may sound very loving. Ascended Masters and Archangels operate at an extremely high level of unconditional love. So when we invite them in and we begin to clear out cords, contracts, implants, entities, all these things that are lodged in our field, the work is incredible. You will feel it. You will know it.
I love it. Part of this is we have these stories, too, Leslie, about what change is like. And I'm so glad you brought this up. I'm so glad you brought this up about, us waiting for something to show up, us waiting. We have this idea about change, and especially about divine abundance, where we think, you know what, I haven't put in my dues. What kind of transformation am I going to have? How many years is that going to take? I mean, we have this idea, our point of view about this. And I wanted to speak with you based on something you just said. What's it going to take for us to move beyond that point of view? Because if we think it's going to take a long time, and then it does take a long time, then we have evidence that we were right, that it would take a long time.
Absolutely. It's the self-fulfilling prophecy. If that's your belief, if that's a belief lodged in your field. For example, let's just take something not so innocent like money.
Yeah.
We all were raised with beliefs about money, opinions about money. And we took them in as the gospel truth from our father's mouths, our mother's mouths. I have cleared so much energy from family members in their people's ancestral line, from the Dust Bowl, from the Holocaust, from Armenian extermination, from all kinds of horrible things, and people are carrying these energies in their field, and it's dragging them down and affecting them. So what is your belief about money? What is your belief about love? How long does it take? You are absolutely right. Change your belief. Well, when I say that to you, and I say, I can make $100,000 by the end of the year, what surfaces for you? That points a finger at the block. Why is it there? Because you would be going counter to some family loyalty or some family advisor that told you, hey, this stuff takes 20 years. Okay, it takes 20 years. Or it could take one.
Right. And then, part of this is also the conversation about, well, it may take many lives. That is really a hard idea to swallow, especially if you're looking for something to happen now. We're going to take a short break when we come back. Leslie's going to share about the point of view that will get you to that place of divine abundance. What is it that we can share? What can you do now? What may be an exercise that can help you shift some of the ideas you have about what your birthright is to what your birthright might be? Let's take a short break. Leslie Fonteyne, my co-host today, will be right back with the show.
Are you feeling stuck? Do you want to be free from fears and doubts and finally feel good about yourself, but you just don't know how to get there? Dr. Schaub's Accelerated Breakthrough Program provides you with the tools and solutions to go beyond your limitations and achieve self-empowered confidence. Call for your free phone consultation at 866-903-MIND. Visit cellularwisdom.com. That's cellularwisdom.com.
Are you ready to move past limiting beliefs and unconscious obstacles that are holding you back from financial prosperity? Do you want to be free from debt and that feeling of being disempowered? Mary Jane Allen is a financial healer and joy creation specialist who uses her unique set of tools included in her financial healing process to help her clients move past those beliefs and fears. For more information and to contact Mary Jane, visit her website, manifestyourlifedream.com, and begin your financial healing process today.
Tune in to Sheer Alchemy with Leslie Fonteyne on TransformationTalkRadio.com and get ready to stir up your passions, remove your blocks, and shift into an entirely new existence. Speaker, teacher, channel, clairvoyant, Leslie Fonteyne is a transformation catalyst who channels a powerful energy from source to catapult listeners into living the life they were born to live. Whether it's shifting from scarcity to abundance, from emotional pain into joy, or from illness into health, Leslie will help you step into the true essence and power of all that you are with the help of the Ascended Masters and Archangels. You will not be the same. Visit TransformationTalkRadio.com for show dates and times and LeslieFonteyne.com to say yes to explosive abundance.
Get insider knowledge about everything that is going on at Transformation Talk Radio. Go to TransformationTalkRadio.com and enter your email to receive our newsletter. Stay updated on new hosts, inspiring guests, and good news articles from around the world. We look forward to having you join our community.
What's getting your attention as physical pain or illness? Have doctors been unable to help? Consider an intuitive healing session with Christy Borst. Amazing things happen every day, sometimes with jolting awareness, and sometimes with subtle shifts aided with Christy's divine healing gift. Release that which no longer serves you. For more information and to contact Christy, visit healingresonance.us. That's healingresonance.us.
welcome back. For more information about us, go to transformationtalkradio.com or go to thedrpatshow.com, on Facebook and Twitter, thedrpatshow.com. Leslie Fonteyne joining me here today. If you want to find out more about Leslie, go ahead and go to lesliefonteyne.com. And for those of you out there, you want to find out more information, we'll make sure we give you her phone number to contact her directly. And Leslie, why don't we go ahead and do that now?
Sure. 678-665-3366. Or go to my website at lesliefonteyne.com or write me at leslie@lesliefonteyne.com.
What a great show. Thank you, Leslie, for joining me here today. Well, before the break, we were talking about this change, the shifting, the energy, the looking at some of these past contracts. And also you were sharing about, this idea that, oh, my gosh, if I believe that I cannot heal myself overnight, maybe I won't. If I believe that I'm being punished for things in my past, well, there that is. But we were also talking about, this idea of past lives and sort of our point of view that, oh, my gosh, this is life number 6, and I'm still taking care of life number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I've got to clean that up. I want to know what your thoughts are about that.
Well, first of all, we don't need to be victims. We learn to be victims. It's not our fault. It's part of Earth school, so nobody needs to beat themselves up about cycles they're repeating. It's really important to be compassionate toward oneself. When we repeat cycles over many lifetimes, because we've had other lifetimes and maybe up to this moment, this minute right now for you, that you have overridden the intuitive guidance that you receive to step into something, to step into your greatness, to step into all that you are, because the next thought that comes into your mental field is, well, how are you going to do that? And you shut it down. So the opportunity here, why this takes courage, is that you say, I'm willing. I'm choosing my highest good. I'm choosing to step into all that I am. And I'm bringing in my guidance, and I'm bringing in my masters, and I don't have to do this alone. And watch the energy level shift. So it's really important. This isn't about, setting goals, visualizing, and doing it all by yourself. This is about bringing in an incredibly powerful team to support you in your transformation.
I love it. And, having that incredibly powerful team, I want to talk about that for a minute. And I think it was something that either Renee or Sunny said earlier. You really did clarify it. We don't think we have the right to have a powerful team. We think that there is 1% in the world sometimes, and these are the folks that have the power to do that. And so by the very nature of just that one thought, aren't we like cutting ourselves off from what we're talking about today, divine abundance?
I am so excited about being on the planet today because we are past the gurus, the masters, the superstars. The masters and archangels and light beings are all there for every one of us. They're there for any man, any woman, and we bring them in and we transform. We're all helpers along the way. No one's greater than or less than. We're all able to do this. So while we might want to learn some teaching about how to do this and who the heck are they, we can all do this.
One of the things that I wanted to talk with you about as well is kind of bring this back to divine abundance and what this means, having the lives that we truly were meant to have, and doing it in a way that allows us to have a practice of something every day that we can do to be reminded, that habit, right? I would love for you to share.
If you have a meditation time, if you have a quiet time, choose to invoke some of these masters. I have meditational clearing tapes that I can provide to you, CDs, MP3s, that can guide you through the process, but invite them in and begin the powerful style of transformation I'm talking about.
So, part of this is also having a full understanding about what abundance means to each of us. It's really kind of interesting. You said something. We're beyond the gurus. We're beyond the, upselling and all of that. don't we get to define what abundance is for each of us? I mean, what's abundant for me may not be what is abundant for you. And I would like to talk about that uniqueness. Yeah.
It's what resonates with your essence. So if you absolutely love the outdoors and you work in an office 10 hours a day, you are clearly resigning yourself. Your energy goes way down. You're not in a place of fully co-creating with Source and stepping into all that you are. So you begin to shift your energy toward that thing that is supporting all that you are. So abundance is being in alignment with your passions, with your joy. So when you are in alignment with all that you want to create and you have this idea and it just sounds crazy, choose willingness. Choose to step into it. Allow the manifestation. Do your meditation clearing time and begin to write down and honor the ideas and thoughts that come to you. Pay attention to what's surfacing for you. Notice what is very disparaging toward the dreams and ideas that you have. This is how we shut down our abundance.
You know, one of the things I want to do is thank you so much, Leslie, for joining me here today. You know, I just really, really want to thank you for all of that and everything. You know, this is the first of a series we're going to be doing with Leslie for those of you out there. I want to thank you. Could you take a moment just to let folks know how they can find about the events you're going to be at, how they can find out how to participate in those events? What's the best way for folks to do this?
If you go to my website, lesliefonteyne.com, I've got an events page. I've also got a slider that shows you all where I'm going to be. I'm going to be in Chicago this coming weekend at the Body, Mind, Spirit Fair at North Lake. And I'll be in Cincinnati and Sharonville at another Victory of Light Expo. And I think I'll be in Columbus in May. And then I'm going to be in London at a Mind, Body, Spirit event at the end of May.
And thank you so much. I mean, I wanted to kind of, bring this back to the topic of divine abundance. And I wanted to ask you a question and also give out your information again. What's your personal message? I would love to know what you'd like to share with everyone today. And thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us.
Who you are matters. Your authentic self matters. You are here on purpose. You are not a mistake. You're not an accident. The things that drive you, the things that excite you, the things that you love, they're all on purpose. So live that life. Choose it, and just watch what can happen once you step into it.
Oh, it's great. One more time, phone number, website, email.
678-665-3366, lesliefonteyne.com.
Thank you, Leslie. Thank you so much. Wow, what a great show. Divine Abundance. If you all have missed any part of this, it will replay later on today. Just go to transformationtalkradio.com, and it will be up and archived in its entirety also later on today. I want to thank all of you for who you are and all that you do. And as Leslie said earlier, this is divine abundance. It truly is our birthright. You know, today, seek out what is important to you, what makes you smile, what brings joy to your heart, and take some of what you've heard here today to create that amazing life that you desire. The drpatshow.com, again, is my website, transformationtalkradio.com, and if you want to follow us on Facebook and Twitter, go ahead to the Dr. Pat Show. Very simple. We've made it kind of easy for you. In the next couple of weeks, you're going to see some new websites. You're going to see some new ways to interact with us throughout the show and connect with all of our co-hosts, as we have done today with Leslie Fonteyne. Thank you all for tuning us in, turning us on. Have a great rest of your day.
into sheer alchemy with Leslie Fonteyne on TransformationTalkRadio.com and get ready to stir up your passions, identify your blocks, and shift into an entirely new existence. Leslie Fonteyne is a transformation catalyst and clairvoyant who uses her intuitive and energetic gifts to catapult listeners into living the life they were born to live. Whether it's shifting from scarcity to abundance, from emotional pain into joy, or from illness into health, Leslie will help you step into the true essence and power of all that you are with the help of the Ascended Masters and Archangels. You will not be the same. Visit TransformationTalkRadio.com for show dates and times and LeslieFonteyne.com to say yes to explosive abundance.
Where do you desire to go in your life? Are you only looking outside yourself for the answers? What if you use your soul's wisdom to lead the way? So what is the soul and how do you access its wisdom? Soul Suitcase with Victoria Cohen will unpack these questions and help you tap into and trust your own inner voice to solve everyday problems. Our Soul Suitcase is a treasure chest of wisdom inside us waiting to be discovered. Listen to Soul Suitcase while Victoria Cohen takes everyday situations like job loss, relationship struggles, parenting challenges, work stress, and health concerns and shows you how awakening to your inner voice helps you make more conscious choices where your life flows more smoothly with greater clarity, purpose, grace, and ease. As a psychotherapist and soul coach, Victoria has inspired thousands of clients over the past 31 years to listen to their inner wisdom and let it guide them on their true path. You can learn this too on Soul Suitcase with Victoria Cohen. Your soul suitcase is packed. Are you ready to start your journey? Are you ready to move past limiting beliefs and unconscious obstacles that are holding you back from financial prosperity? Do you want to be free from debt and that feeling of being disempowered? Mary Jane Allen is a financial healer and joy creation specialist who uses her unique set of tools included in her financial healing process to help her clients move past those beliefs and fears. For more information and to contact Mary Jane, visit her website, manifestyourlifedream.com, and begin your financial healing process today.
Are you ready to give your home a fresh look but don't want to do the work? Help is a phone call away. Kathy's Handy is a full-service general contracting company specializing in home improvement, remodeling, and repairs. Kathy's Handy are specialists in kitchens, baths, fireplace makeovers, and finish carpentry, and they partner with other amazing specialty subcontractors needed to complete any job. Friendly, energetic, and dependable with an impeccable reputation to get the job done while keeping you as comfortable as possible during the transformation of your home is the hallmark of Kathy's Handy. Call Kathy now for a free estimate. 206-715-8126. That's 206-715-8126. And visit kathyshandy.com for a complete view of possibilities for your home.
Join the Pacific Northwest EFT Tappers at the 4th Annual Tappers Gathering this March 1st at Bastyr University. Tapping enthusiasts from across the region will be sharing healing stories, learning different EFT applications, and forging a strong community. This event raises money and awareness for continuing EFT tapping scientific research. All net proceeds go to our 501c3 nonprofit conducting a study showing how EFT can alter gene expression. Bring your cards and information for a fulfilled day of networking and inspiring one another. Visit www.nwtappersgathering.com or call 360-661-6877. www.nwtappersgathering.com or call 360-661-6877.